Welcome back to Beginning Ye 2.0. This is part 6 of 15. We'll be working with the shop controller and views. So what we're going to do today is we're going to create the shop controller if we haven't already done that. And we'll edit that controller index action to get some data and pass the data to the index view. And we'll edit the index view to render the data. We're also going to do a little pagination in there as well. And we're going to edit the controller to get data for our product detail page and pass that data to the product detail view. Then we'll edit our product detail view to render the data that we pass to it. It's a lot to do, so let's get started. Remember, you can always get the code at github.com tskmatrix yecom. We'll be working in branch number 6.0. All right, so let's create our shop controller. Go into our G tool, and we're going to do our controller generator. And since we don't have a model, it's just going to be the controller. So basically all you have to do is the controller ID will be shop. And we had some index IDs. We wanted index, we wanted new products, product detail, and checkout. And this will be a front-end controller and our pages here. Okay, so you can generate those. And then we'll just go back to our app. What that'll do is that'll generate some actions and some views for us. And then we can just go back to our application. Okay, we now have we've modified our main layout to include a shop index or a shop navigation link. And this is what you should see on your shop index page since we haven't done anything to it. So what we need to do is we need to go over here to our shop controller, and we need to come down here to our index page, and we need to put some data in there. So I know that I'm going to need a few things. I'm going to need an array for our categories, our sidebar categories. And that's easy to do. We'll just render that. And so that'll be our sidebar categories. And then if my ID, I'm going to require an ID up here. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Our ID will be null, but that's only because we're requiring an ID, but we may not get one. So we're going to say it's null. And that way, if our ID is null, we'll have a we'll do our query. So our query is going to be with product media. We need to have get all of our products. So if it's null, we need to get all of our products, but we need to get a count. So we're going to clone that query. And then we're going to use pagination as well. Notice up here I have pagination, and we're going to be using product categories and products and product medias. These are the new ways that it's doing the related data. So that's kind of cool. But we need to get our total count, and we need to get our pagination set up. So our pages is a new pagination, and we get our total count and our default page size. Eventually this will be 12 and not 3. I'm only doing 3 because I only have 5 products and I want to show you how pagination works. So I'm only setting that my default page size up to be 3. Let's see. Now we have that, and I need to get a page title and a count for a render that I'm doing. So that'll also be in there. And then I need to render the page. Otherwise, if it's not here we go. If it's not the if it's not null or it's not 0, then we're going to only get particular category ID, the products with a particular category ID, and the product media so that we have all our images. Okay, so that's what it's going to be, and we set our default page size to be 3, and again that's only to prove that it works. And then we need to render our index, but we need to render it with an array. With all these, the sidebar categories, the products, the pages, the count, and the page title. So we needed to do all of that, and that's what will happen with our product categories. So when we go to take a look at our page now, this is what it was. So let's refresh that, and we should now get all of our data being passed to this page. So we need to do our index PHP, and this is what it's going to look like right out of the box there. But we're going to change this up a little bit so that we have our index asset and a pagination and the link pager. We need to use these. And we register our index asset so that it's using it. And now we're going to replace all of this. Well, excuse me, we're going to replace all of this from here to here with this. I know that's a lot, but I've been doing a lot of work on that. So we now have all of that. Now, if you want to see the array and how it's coming back, you can change each of these to be whatever array you want it to be. Remember, we have several arrays coming back, but you'll see most of it in here. Like this page title is just the name, and The count of our products is just a count. And then we have our products row. For each products, we're using a for each to build our products. And it pulls out our product media image and our product ID to tag onto the back of our link to the product detail page. And here we're looking, we have what I have right up here is if the row counter is 1, we're going to do an item column mid 4 first. Otherwise, we're just going to do a column mid 4, not be first. So we have a little counter that just counts for us and resets the row counter. And here's where we're doing our pagination. So we have our link pager, and we've set I've set this to be hide on true. That's the default. However, you could change that up to be false just in case you want to see it, make sure that it's there. But I have it hiding it on a single page, so that's the default for the link pager. But if you want to change that to false, you can. Right here, we're at the start of our categories in our sidebar. We just do another for each and pull each of our product category ID. And all that is it's just the main categories. So we have that in each one of our categories will be labeled for us. Okay, so let's take a look at it now. And as you see, it says it found 5 products. It's only displaying the 3 that I told it that the max, or that the page size, default page size was going to be 3. And that way I have my pagination down here, and we go to the second page and we have those last 2 products in there. And we can go back. Notice that the pager has a disabled button on the first and last pages. So if you're not there, then it won't find it for you. So eventually, remember that we're going to change that up to be 12 products rather than 3. Okay. Now we'll do basically the same sort of thing on the product detail. Right down here. We'll change that up. Next. Okay, so let's work in our product detail action product detail, and we're going to again have that product ID equal null. Just in case somebody gets there, we'll have a null. So it doesn't do anything unless we want it to. So if it's null or 0, then or excuse me, if it's not null or not 0, then we're going to get our product medias with our product, where the product ID is equal to that ID, and we're going to get 1. So that's all we really needed there. And then we need to return that with our array that will return that product array back to our shop detail page. All right, so now we just need to change up our detail page, our product detail, so that it looks like this. And we'll take a look at all that. Right here we have our pre and tag on here so that we can print out our array in case you want to do that. I've left that in there for you. And then we'll just start our sidebar, which is our product, pulling our product images. So we have some thumbnails here. And what we want to do is we want to have our product name and the price for our product. And then we need a add to cart button. Let's see, right up here, what did we have? I'm going to close this off here, pull a little bit more. But this way, you see we have our where our image is here. It's the YAP request base URL image, and then it gets our product image URL from our product array, our image URL, our small URL, and our zoom URL. You can have different images in there, so just remember that when you create your product. You'll have some different images that you can use, URLs that you can use. So if you have 3 different images that you want in there, we'll do that. And the Pretty Photo will handle all that for us. So we'll see and take a look at how that works a little bit better. Okay. But for now, what we have is we're just pulling out our description and some additional information. And I've got a lot of stuff commented out because we're not really using it. We have some related products here. So they're saying, hey, you can have some related products. And we're going to do that a little bit later because we're going to have to add a table if we haven't already done that. I think I've already done that for you. And we'll do another for each in here. But that'll pull that out. But this is basically all we needed right here. I'm hiding a lot of stuff in the, I've commented out a lot of stuff in the sidebar area that I don't need or use all that much. So if we come back over to our product page, we can get a product detail. We can take a look at our product detail. And our product detail now comes over. Oops. Know what happened there? Let's see what happened. We should be getting a product array. Let's see what happened. I took that out. Product detail. So it should know how to get there. So let's take a look at that. What does that say? It says shop product oh, it says product details. I need to change that to detail. That's what happened. That's why I couldn't find the page. I put an S on the end of that. Okay, we'll fix that real quick. Okay, after that real quick little fix, just a misspelling, you can do a find and replace, or actually that code should be up there. We now have a product. It shows 3 different images. Well, they're not different, but there they are. We have a description and some additional information that can come up here. I don't have anything in there. And then you see the related products right down here. We don't have anything there. So that'll be the next thing we work on, is getting our related products in here and getting our just a description and some additional information that might be, and you can change that up, shipping information, whatever you want to call it, additional information, or add another tab about shipping and warranties, that sort of thing. Okay, so that's pretty cool. As you notice, I don't have a whole lot going on over here. I do need to fix this up because it's not pulling in our categories that we wanted, but this is what it's showing over here. We want it to be more like our shop page, so that our shop page has those categories as well. We just need to show them a little better. So we have to work on some CSS to get that to work a little better. Okay, other than that, I think we're pretty much ready to go. All right, so what have we done today? Well, we've modified our shop controller in 2 different actions, in our product detail action and in our index action of our shop controller. We're using a pagination and a link pager in our index page. So in our index page, we render our data and use a pagination and link pager to do our pagination for us. And in our product details, we did this, remember we did do we're passing a single product information to our product detail page and displaying some media for that and some information from our product. So that's, while it doesn't seem like much, it was quite a bit of work, and I hope you enjoyed that. And we'll see you in part 7 of 15, Beginning Ye 2.0.